From Atlanta, Georgia, it's the 14U 2014 Travelball National Championship. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the historic East Cobb Baseball Complex in Metro Atlanta, Marietta to be precise. Alongside my broadcast partner, Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. It is a matchup of behemoths, two of the more well-known programs in the history of travel ball across the country. It's NorCal DeMarini from California, roughly the San Francisco Bay Area, Rob Bruno tells me, versus the Astros of East Cobb here in Marietta, Georgia. So kind of San Francisco versus Atlanta, Georgia versus California is the way we'll classify it. It's the Astros versus NorCal DeMarini, Rob.
Going to be a great game. Two great teams. They play pretty much to a 50-50 split this last game. Got a 1-2 count, and they just hit the runner. You don't want to put that guy on, Mr. Bliss. He got ahead of him 0-2, and then it hit him.
Not the first time Ryan has reached on this field
Ryan
today.
Has a proclivity to get on base.
In fact, he was hit his last time up. That was in the 4th inning of their win over the Carolina Bruins in elimination bracket play. That win that got them into this ball game. A game where they sent about 17 men to the plate. And immediately Bliss takes off and steals second. So Ryan so far today, a walk. Let me see, let me check the scorecard here. A walk, a single, and an HBP coming into this ball game, and now another HBP and a stolen base. And that'll get us to Jarrett Ford. Ford, the Astros' second baseman, hits a ground ball down to third. He'll stay with it and throw across the diamond for the out.
Nice play by Torkelson there. And Torkelson's a guy where he's going to check you, and he's going to throw an absolute howitzer over to first base. And first baseman Soderstrom's also got a good arm. So really Bliss had no chance on going to third. A lot of teams you can do that. You're not going to do that on a quality defensive team. Here comes Mr. Banfield. Got to love his shoes, too, by the way. He's got some sweet white New Balance shoes working.
Yeah. Everything that was old is now new again.
That's it.
You know?
Retro is back.
Right.
Again, we got the national championship game. We got 4 umpires here today. And they're from all over the South. We're going to give them your names also for them. We've had great umpiring throughout.
0-1 to Banfield, a breaking ball that catches the inside corner.
It's
0-2.
Both on the inside corner. Got Gary Maxwell from Kingsport, Tennessee, behind the dish. Charles Reddick from Jacksonville, Florida. Dwight McNabb from Atlanta. And John Turner from Woodstock, Georgia.
Astros catcher waits, and instead the pitcher checks.
Now, if you're going to throw 2 breaking balls, you might as well throw 3. I'm gonna end up outside this time, though. There you go.
So I was just about to ask you. You want to try the outside corner
Absolutely.
this time? Or try the outside, the left-handed batter's box?
I'm going to bury that thing.
Right.
You know, with a kid like Banfield who can really swing it. There it was. That's a heck of a pitch. Just missed on the outside. Good place to miss there. Down and away.
Nick Jones on the mound for Northern California. Banfield waits. Jones looks in and deals. Another one in the dirt.
Nice stop by Welch. Johnny Welch has been a stalwart behind the dish all week.
Banfield's battled back to a 2-2 count.
Good time to run here. Coach Roberts is usually pretty darn aggressive. Not going.
Ground ball down to third. Torkelson again. Fires across the diamond. Dug out at first. A tremendous
nice play by Soderstrom.
Play
Runner did move up on that. Now there's a longer throw. He had an opportunity to do that. Soderstrom makes a nice dig. Torkelson makes a nice play. Brings up the 4-hitter.
Consecutive batters retired via the 5-3, and here's Siegler. In the dirt by Jones this time. Anthony in left. in this 2014 National Championship game. Siegler a fly out and an RBI walk in their victory over Carolina. Ground ball stabbed by Jones. Keeps his composure, throws to first, and the inning over.
Kind of a lackluster effort running down to first base by Mr. Siegler. I think he was a little bit disappointed, but Jones knocked the ball down, but he didn't pick it up clean.
No, and he'll hear about it as he heads back into the
dugout. Yes, he will.
At the end of a half inning from Atlanta, no score.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travelball right now and get my free report. 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Bottom of 1 in the National Championship game for the 14U classification of the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship season. Darius Pope takes the mound for the Astros of East Cobb, the Atlanta program, and he kicks and fires, and the right-hander's first pitch is drilled to right and deep, and off the base of the wall. Patrick Smith rounding first and headed into second, the leadoff man with a double.
Smith has done that game in, game out. We just talked about it, saying we like the left-handed hitters in this lineup, especially the 1-3-5 guys, and he's led off numerous games with a double. He's got a lot of pop.
Futrell out and right had absolutely no shot at getting that one.
And that ball's hit a long way.
Indeed.
Patrick can really swing it. Jenkins' job will be to move the runner over. They'll play a lot of manufacturing small ball here. You'll see a lot of bunting, a lot of moving around. And he's tried to bunt that one. That ball was up. Got to bunt strikes. Jensen's a very good bunter, though. He's a good situational 2 guy. Not a burner per se, much like a Ford or a Bliss, but he does a nice job moving the runners along, and that's his job at the second hole to get the guys in.
Almost tried to charge bunt that last one, didn't he?
Yep.
This time he waits back and watches it sweep outside, count even.
The coaches will talk about when they're going to push the ball towards second. They will like bench press and push through that 4 hole to get the ball by the pitcher, kind of into that Bermuda zone there to try and get a base hit. Torkelson, really dangerous hitter on deck.
Squaring. Nice. That's going to stay fair, and that's going to be a tough play. No. Boy, that one took a hard left.
Interestingly enough, usually if it stays on the grass, it's going to stay fair, but that didn't.
Well, and that's exactly why I was saying during the call that ball was going to stay fair. I didn't think there was any chance that thing was going to touch dirt and roll.
I think Coach Roberts put a little pebble out there and Knocked it foul. What do you think?
Shot it. Has somebody over on the grass.
That's right.
Taking
Maybe,
it out with a BB gun.
Maybe Jeremy over there. Who knows? But nice bunt. Now his job is to look for something to try and hit the ball to the right side and move that runner along. And they know that they're going to have to try and get as many runs as possible. With 2 strikes, they're bunting here. He might pull back. Yep.
He does, and he takes a fastball high.
Yeah. He does a pretty good job at, a lot of guys call it the butcher boy. You can call that, whatever you want to call that, slap. His job is to move that guy along. That's what he does pretty darn well normally. He'll probably pull back again.
They've kept the lineup moving better than anybody, since Wednesday. 3-2 count. They outscored their opponents in pool play 35-1. Did Northern California. You told me that there's only one team they did not run rule, and it was this East Cobb team.
That's right.
Counting bracketed play and pool play.
That's right, yeah.
They beat Central Florida, the Gators, 7-0. Beat Hits 9-1. Coast Titans 10-0. And Great Lakes 9-0. 35-1 in pool play. And, of course, came in as the #1 seed in the bracketed play. Beat Chico Aces 12-4. Mack and Sites 10-2. The East Cobb Astros 3-1.
Now, interestingly enough, though, they were down 4-0 after the top of the first inning to the Chico Aces.
Ground ball, deep short, great backhanded play. Going the short route, didn't get the tag down in time.
That wasn't a force, it was a tag. The tag was high. He got underneath. It was a questionable play as far as moving along there, but they got it done. It's a first, third. Torkelson is really a dangerous hitter. He's done a great job. He's a kid who I think is he's got the body. He looks like a big leaguer in the future. He's a pretty special kid with great bat speed here. He seems to be at his best in these situations. Soderstrom's kind of the same way, the 5-hitter.
Bliss at shortstop decided to go towards the man who was right in front of him. It was a great throw when it was on time, but the tag was placed high on the thigh of the base runner Smith. By the way, defensively, Siegler, Hart, and Futrell in the outfield. It's Lackey, Bliss, Ford, and Moody on the infield from third to first. Banfield behind the plate, receiving the deliveries from Darius Pope.
Now, he's fallen behind 2-0. You really don't want to throw a fastball in this situation. You might see a changeup to try and roll something over, maybe get a double play and stop the bleeding a little bit here.
Whatever you do, you don't want it middle in.
No. He'll although he's got a lot of power, much like when we saw Mr. Puckett earlier from the Motor City guys. He's got a lot of power to right center. He's hit 2 triples right to the base of that 385, just to the right of that batter's eye out there. So he's got plus power to the oppo side. Now that said, I've seen him hit a ball 400 feet to the left side.
Yeah, this guy's got the look. I see it. He really does. You're right about that. Out into right center, may fall for a base hit and does. 1-0 after the runner delays and then comes in to score. Smith had to hold up, of course, but he scored on the little cue shot base hit by Torkelson, an RBI single, and it's 1-0. A double, a fielder's choice that you could, well, you scored a fielder's choice, but some people would want to make that some sort of an error, but Torkelson then.
Yeah, it's definitely a fielder's choice because no error on the play. They had to get the tag down, didn't quite get it.
Right back to Pope. Take his time, throw to first.
That was the number 4 cleanup hitter who can hit the ball 380 feet, just put a sacrifice bunt down.
1-3.
So that's the NorCal lineup. That's what they do. They'll bunt, they'll put pressure on you, that type of thing. Coach Market puts pressure on with bunting, with running, and making them play fast catch. Soderstrom had the big hit the other day to put them ahead and knock them in. He's really a clutch hitter. He's a tough kid, and he's a tough left-handed out. Now they got man on second and third. If he gets his pitch, he's going to hit the ball hard.
Little cat and mouse game over at third. Line into center field. That one going to fall in for a base hit. It's 2-0 with 1 run in. third runner coming to the plate. He'll slide head first and safe. Torkelson scores.
And that's exactly what Spencer does see coming home, and Tate Soderstrom's been that guy all year long. He's just a heck of a hitter, and that's the way they play. That's, you know, you look at that thing, the 4-hitter just moved the runners along, but you know what? You've got to give him that RBI for the second one because he moved those guys along in that position. So
Double. No, go ahead.
Yeah, we got a 3-0 situation. They're going to get somebody going, but in reality, East Cobb's not worried about this thing. They've played so many huge games, more games than any team in the country. This is another game for them. They're not going to panic. They're not out of this. It's not even close for that. He's going to pull back.
Which is another reason why you will continue to see out there in viewerland NorCal continue to press offensively and keep pushing. They will not take their foot off the gas.
No, you can't. This is if you want to beat an East Cobb Astro team on field 1 at East Cobb, you've got to play. You've got to knock out the champion, so to speak. That's up. A little bit up.
A little bit up, yeah. Absolutely.
And Pope did a good job. He closed the other day, and he did a good job, and he's a good pitcher. And they've got 4 more, trust me. They got 4 more that they can throw at any point in this time.
Well, we are in Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, they're going to have plenty of pitching.
That's right. That's right. Just whether it's at the pro level, college level, the amateur level here,
yep,
they can pitch.
Yep.
Now, that being said, I'll tell you what, the Oakland A's have a pretty good rotation right
wow.
now. They're 1 through 4 can match up with almost anybody,
that?
Actually.
How about that? I got Lester on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
You know, I have Price and Lester on my fantasy team. That was
who's doing better in fantasy?
Me. Oh, that's not what you were asking. Okay. A strike on the outside corner now, a 2-1 count.
They both have
Mack.
attributes in their stats, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe Lester leads the American League now in ERA.
My gosh.
Yeah. Connor Mack at the plate, not to be confused with Connie. Sounds like something you'd say, Rob.
Yes. Cornelius McGillicuddy.
That's exactly right.
That's right. You know, talking about baseball players, old baseball players, and famous, and talking about Atlanta. Probably a lot of people know that Ty Cobb was one of the original owners of Coca-Cola, which is pretty popular down here.
Georgia Peach.
That's right.
Yeah. Indeed.
And he always said, who cares about home runs? Those are overrated. Anybody can do that when Babe Ruth started hitting them.
Mack.
Oh, gonna work
shortstop back. Coming over. Bliss makes the catch. He'll quick fire down to first. But back safely is Soderstrom.
And Soderstrom's not a running threat per se here. They're going to have to hit a big double to score him. Not really a running threat to steal second here. Johnny Welch now batting. Pretty physical group of kids here. As a rule, there's some big boys on this club. You know, Matt goes 6'2", 6'3". Joaquin goes 6'2", 6'3". Torkelson 6'1". Welch is 6'2". There's some big boys here. And of course, the smaller one of the bunch, Patrick Smith, hit one to the wall. So that's a great thing about baseball. You don't have to be big. You got to be strong.
Pope brings it home. A bunt attempt by Welch.
No, they're going to keep putting pressure on. If he sees the guy behind third is far enough behind third, they'll take it. If they're going to give it to him, they will take it. They work hard at it. You know, much like East Cobb, they're going to put the ball in play too, and they're going to put pressure on you. I just love the top of their lineup. It's as good as there is in the country. Probably the best there is in the country, that 1-2, 1-2-3. So it's fun. We've got 2 fantastic clubs going at it here.
Make the defense make a play. Right field. That ball is going to be fair. The right fielder coming on.
Nice catch.
And Futrell has it to end the inning. But not before 3 runs come across the board in the bottom half of the first for NorCal. NorCal DeMarini now takes a lead into the second inning on TravelballSelect.com.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelballSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelballSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Austin Moody, Lane Keelan, and Joe Futrell. Visitors half of the second.
Pops him up, out of play.
Indeed.
First pitch swinging. Jones throws a lot of strikes. Why not swing at the first pitch fastball? He's got a good breaking ball. If I'm East Cobb and I'm Coach Roberts over there, I'm hunting fastball early, and that's a good call.
Nick for the NorCal squad tried to bust Ryan Bliss in the first at-bat of the ball game. Look at this play down at third. And a great cannon of an arm across the diamond. A tremendous play by the third baseman, Torkelson.
Torkelson is what a future big leaguer looks like. You know, we've had 35 players in that organization go play in the big leagues, and he's exactly what they look like at this age.
Yep. And now Lane Keelan, the extra hitter today.
I like Lane's setup. Big, strong kid, big legs. He's a fun kid, too.
And he smoked one in the center field and deep. But
Sure
moving
did.
back is
Sure
Williams.
did.
He's got it. Since that HBP to the leadoff batter, though, 5 consecutive men retired. For Nick Jones.
Joe Futrell. I like Joe. I'll tell you, it's been fun. I've been able to talk to both these guys and both teams, and East Cobb kids are just great kids. They're just fun.
Yeah.
They get it. They have almost a pro mentality. It's like, okay, there's the next day, and we're just going to keep playing, and they really understand the game. And it's really fun to watch, and they have great perspective. And that's because of their coaches. Look at
Up the
that,
middle.
Shuck and duck, right?
And Joe with the
Hit a
first
rocket.
base hit of the ball game
Yeah, he
for
hit-
East Cobb.
Absolute rocket by Joe up the middle. Good hit. Let's bring up Mr. Pope.
Is that Joe's first at-bat? I believe it is his first at-bat of the day.
I thought he might have played earlier, no?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I don't have him here on the scorecard unless he came into, probably he came into courtesy run for somebody, and maybe that's what we're thinking of.
I think you're right, and I know his little brother is in the dugout there because I saw a little shirt, little guy watching the game, and that's how those guys are around the game, and they get better when they come in, and when they always have those big brothers.
Yep.
I saw him in the lineup going through the line last time, and when you're 7 or 8 or 9 years old or 10 years old and you're watching these games, it's just going to make you better. He's got a big lead.
Darius
lead.
Pope at the plate now.
No, not going.
Ground ball down to third. Hops over the glove of Torkelson.
Not quite sure why he was
And the left
playing
for a
in
hit.
so far. He was playing in like it was a no-out situation, and very interesting. He didn't give much depth there.
So 2 men aboard now for Jared Hart, the Georgia center fielder. We'll have ourselves a courtesy runner.
It's like Cabe running for him.
Jacob
Cabe running for the pitcher, Pope. And You know, it looks to me like you could even, he's moving up again. I don't think he needs to at third base. I'd play a little bit deeper if I was Torkelson.
Hart, the 9th place man. Georgia batting 10. Hart will be followed by Levin Lackey.
Levin, the stocky third baseman. Right on that pitch.
0-2.
Timing was there. You know, two things that you always want to be with hitting. You want to see the ball well, and you want to be on time. And he was on time. He just missed. So quickly goes to 0-2. Dangerous hitter here, though. He's a free-swinging guy. This is where that chase pitch and not waste pitch comes into play.
Sweeps outside.
A little too far out. Yeah, too far out. You know, you're not going to swing at something like that. And there's right. The chase versus that was the waste versus the chase. And it looks like he's going to hit the ball kind of middle, maybe shade a little bit oppo.
Now to 2-2. Yeah, you're right. A really, really long lead for Cabe at first, and don't think that Welch behind the plate hasn't noticed.
He was thinking about it, and Soderstrom goes back door, he might do it.
Runners going. Throw down to third, other side of the bag.
Oh,
Torkelson.
Wow, he slid into
to switch over to the other side. I think you may be right. I think
he slid into the glove.
Yep.
But they called him safe. Wow, that was very interesting. He slid right into the glove.
Interesting in that I don't know it was the right call, but it was close nonetheless.
The only person that matters is the umpire that called him safe.
That's right.
Okay. There's no replay. You can't go to the replay. It's not the big leagues, so you can't go to there.
Runners at second and third now. And all of a sudden, by the way, a 3-2 count. This is already a very, very big point in this national championship game. Hart ready. So is Jones.
Torkelson did an amazing job getting the tag on there. He had to come from one side of the bag to the other and put the tag right in front of the bag. And, you know, maybe we missed something.
I thought he slid into the glove.
And there's strike three. It's a moot point.
Exactly right. East Cobb threatens, but Georgia cannot score. Top half of the second inning. And California will come out with a 3-0 lead. And a chance now at the plate as well on TravelballSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Northern California looks to add to their lead here in the bottom half of the second frame. And Pope's first delivery, Darius Pope's first delivery, sweeps outside for ball one. Nick Jones facing Darius Pope, the two pitchers, to lead off the second. 7 men went to the plate in the first for Northern California. Mainly because they were doing a little bit of this, wrapping the ball around the old ball yard. A leadoff single for Nick Jones in the second.
They'll have a courtesy runner for him. Hans Smith will be the courtesy runner. Good runner. Good heady guy. McGarry's much like Jenkins, Chris, where he's kind of a roll guy. He's gonna bunt. He's gonna push a bunt down first base. It's almost 85-90% based on everything I know
Really?
here.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a gambler, but there's an excellent chance. Did a really nice job, Pope did, just stepping off, trying to see if, reading the hands of the hitter, see if he's going to show bunt.
Good little lead by Smith at first. And a curveball that stays high.
And he's hoping that first baseman comes hard so he can push it by him. This bunt's gonna go right through that 4-hole. That's what he's gonna try and do. Do I have inside information? Maybe.
You are listed here as one of the
which
assistants.
and I'm not.
That's not fair. You're not supposed to be calling this game. Snap throw down to first, and he just made it underneath the tag.
Another one. I thought he had him. I thought he was out. Maybe he dropped it.
Well, that one a little bit closer.
Yeah.
To getting Mr. Mooneyham, the play-by-play man, to agree.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm Mooneyham, by the way. But yeah.
Wow. 2-0. He might slide. Yep.
Pulls back, chops it down to second. Good.
And they did his
job.
job.
Play, yeah, smart play by Ford. You know, he thought about trying for the backhand flip, and we saw him take a couple of chances in their win over Carolina. Remember, in their first game of the day, he forced a couple of balls down to second to the shortstop covering, and they made the outs.
They made the play.
But this time,
bang.
Bang,
bang play.
This time, he made the more wise decision.
And the runner was in motion.
Right.
So it was a smart play. But, these two kids up the middle, Bliss and Ford, they've been working together for a long time. They're a great combination. They're as good as you're going to see. Just great hands.
Hard to believe when you see them play defensively that they are just 14 years old.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, very impressive.
Miles Williams now, the center fielder for NorCal D. Marini.
Big breaking ball there by Mr. Pope. Froze Williams. I think that's going to freeze anybody. It's like one of those things. Who's going to hit that? Nobody.
NorCal led by Brian Markett, Ryan McGarry, Steve Soderstrom, Corey Neshaw, and some guy named Rob Bruno. You're just part of the organization, obviously.
Actually, I shouldn't
I kid you a second ago, but you probably shouldn't be on because you're
I
not
really
actually
be
really
on
a
there.
part of this team, right?
I'm the color man. That's all I am today, and it's been fun. The great thing is I've got a great relationship with East Cobb. They're some of my best friends in life, and I've known Dave, one of my best friends, and so it's been a really tough thing for me.
There's one thing I've learned about you, my friend, over the month we've been working together. If you were really closely tied into the team and the inner workings and the everyday movements of this team coaching, you'd be over there.
Absolutely.
Because of how much you love to do it.
Oh, sure. It's fantastic, but this is their time. I made a great decision saying, Coach Markett, you're the head guy. I don't need to be here. You do your job, and he has done an unbelievable job. Just an unbelievable job.
To second. And that is much to scare the runner back as anything else. 2-1 count.
Yeah, you've got two of the really top youth baseball coaches in the country, and Dave Roberts and Brian Markett. You won't find anybody better in the country at what they do. They're two totally different styles as well. So it's really great to see. Great assistant coaches as well for both teams, and that's the whole thing. They've got great staffs, and you just can't be one guy. You've got to be able to delegate and give authority to guys and let them work, and that's what they've done. Speaking of that, Mr. Palzone's coming off, and ex-East Cobb great, ex-Georgia pitcher. Michael coming back to help, and I got a chance to talk to him. I still say he's a young man because he still is a young man, but what a great young man, and giving back his time, and he loves this. He does a great job. The kids love him. They'll follow him anywhere. He does a fantastic job. Interesting situation now. You got a 3-1 count. You got 1 out. You've got a really top-notch hitter in Patrick Smith coming up next. You'd love to get him with 1 out with a man on second base, or to get him to third with 1 out so you have a sac fly situation. Some way, one way or another, Smith's going to hit the ball hard. He's been doing that all tournament. You know, it could be very well also that Market will possibly, Coach Market might get Smith going here and set up a first third. We talked about that earlier. Some teams do that, and he will do that and set up a first third. Now you've got a push bunt possibility, hit and run, and lots of possibilities. So don't be shocked if they put him in motion.
They'll check him again down
the
second.
And East Cobb's thinking the same thing, aren't they?
Right.
Well, this is a little bit of a mirror image of each other, these teams. You know, one does it by just being a little aggressive. The other ones just have flat-out speed and they're aggressive. You know, East Cobb's got some speed and they're aggressive.
Darius kicks and fires.
3-2 count. Miles is a young man who's really kind of grown a little bit in the last couple of years. He has probably grown 3 or 4 inches this year and took a big jump, really advanced. You know, as we've talked about, these kids change so quickly, Chris.
Time called at the plate. Boy, oh boy. Miles very lucky that the man in blue gave him time on that one.
That's Gary Maxwell, and he did a nice job doing that. And part of the National Umpire Association director is Jim Strohs. Jim does a great job with this group. Umpiring's been fantastic.
Yes.
This whole month, this whole tournament, they do a tremendous job. NUA umpires, USA.org, just so you know, they've got a website. It's pretty cool. And we got a strike 3.
On the inside corner for called strike 3.
That was a good call.
Beautiful fastball.
Yeah, sure was. And I love when a pitcher will challenge inside. You know, not the nibbling outside as much once in a while, but he came inside through a strike. That's a ball you just got to go up and hit. 2 strikes, you got to protect. You can't be thinking about, is it in, is it out? You must react. And this is a situation where I would not give Smith anything, honestly. I would set up a righty-righty with Jenkins. Smith's a dangerous hitter.
Breaking ball down in the dirt right on his shoe tops.
Yeah. I would try and work around him, honestly. He's one of the better, for me, he's one of the better hitters in the tournament.
Fastball in the dirt. Jump up. Fire down to third, and it gets away from the third baseman. This is the 3rd time we've seen this happen on field 1 in 4 games today. Manfield's throw down to third got away from the third baseman, and coming around to score, the pinch runner, or the courtesy runner, pardon me, Hans Smith.
2-0 count. That's tough. Pope's not thrilled about that on the mound. You know, he's taking a deep breath, hopefully regrouping here. He's a tough kid. I really like the way he throws.
I can't afford to think about it facing a team like this. You've got to shake it off and move past it.
Yeah, you know, little body language.
Yeah.
They'll regroup. They're going to regroup. And they're really slowing him down, too. They're doing that on purpose, slowing down the pitcher so he can't get in a groove. There's strike 1.
Short hopped Lackey down at third and bounced right over his glove.
Yeah. You know, it was a tough throw, but Lackey's got to try and get his body in front of that and square it up.
More.
Yeah.
Yep. Did he go down to one knee?
Am
I remembering that correctly?
Went to one knee and reached a little bit of a backhand. You've got to try and work around it. Hey, that's a tough play. Don't get me wrong. That's a tough play. But with a guy coming in there, you've got to just try and square up as much as possible. Yeah. Nobody says that's easy.
Right.
That's ball 4.
Yeah. Didn't snap off the breaking ball and issues the base on balls to Smith, who's now reached via the double and the walk. We're back to the top of the order. And Ryan Jenkins, well, Smith was the top of the order, but Ryan Jenkins, the number 2 man, reached on a fielder's choice. It's a dangerous moment already early for East Cobb. Sure, they've got a lot of offense, and they can put together some crooked innings, but, well, you don't want to fall behind too far to a team like NorCal.
They're going to do a little fake break here. He's not stealing. He's got a fake break, I think, if I know right. Let's see. Yeah, a little fake break.
Ground ball down to short.
Short way.
Bliss
There you go.
goes the short out, and the inning is over. But not before NorCal DeMarini adds to their lead. It's now 4-0 through 2 in Atlanta.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring it to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Nick Jones now sitting on a 4-0 lead as we start the top half of the 3rd inning. Georgia versus California, 2014 14U Travelball National Championship game.
Yeah, Mr. Pope up again.
Indeed.
Another breaking ball.
Actually, Levin Lackey.
That's right.
Yes. They're built similarly.
Built similar. They both can be fullbacks.
Yeah.
They're
on how much
both
want to
put together. Yeah, maybe tailbacks.
Right.
They're not ISO fullbacks. They're a split backfield.
Fastball high from Nick Jones.
Defensive replacement, Chris. Jack Henderson is now in left field, and he replaces Mr. Connor Mack. Mack's been battling a calf injury.
You say Henderson.
Henriksen.
Thank you. Speaking of covering, Jones does a good job of covering first base.
Henderson's number 12. One of the primary pitchers, actually, on this team as well. Young 8th grade kid, and he's going to be a good one. He's got a great future. He's going to be about 6'4", 6'5". Back to the top of the order, Mr. Bliss, the table setter. Love this kid.
East Cobb steamroll their opponents in pool play as well, 4-0. Beat Chico Aces 11-2, QBA Hurricanes 13-2, Arsenal 3-1, Mack and Sites 14-3. So what's that? Let me do the quick math here.
It's a lot to a little.
That's 8.
That's what that was.
That's 8, 25, 38. That's 41-8.
My goodness.
These two teams in pool play, doing the quick math, outscored their opponents 76-9. Boy, oh boy.
I think the umpire blinked on that one. That'll happen once in a while, right? As a rule, he's done a great job behind the dish. Same place. Got a 3-1.
Ryan was hit by a pitch to start the ball game and himself a stolen base out of it as well.
Saying earlier with Mack,
Back
he's
to a full
been
count.
battling a calf injury. Got kicked in the calf in a soccer game this summer, just a little while ago. he, along with a few other guys, are dual sport guys.
Yep.
More soccer in the West and more football down here in the Southeast. A lot of football our way a little bit, though.
Yep. Ground ball to second. Testing Jenkins. And he'll fire him out.
So he came all the way back from 3-0.
Yep.
That's a big out, too, because you get Bliss on the bases, and you get, Mr. Ford here, who I really like. That middle is just unbelievable. They're
right
quick
before you
hands.
get to Banfield.
Oh, gosh. Just a great one, as good as there is in the country, those two kids.
Smoked,
foul.
but foul.
Did you notice that Coach Roberts did a little matrix deal there, but he didn't even he didn't even bother him at all. He's like, okay, I've done this before.
Didn't move his feet.
No. Cool as a cucumber. That's the ex-Florida State tight end. Figuring, I've been hit by worse than that, right? Change up there, huh?
Yeah, chase that one a little bit low.
Jarrett. Welsh kid hustles behind the dish. He's a very good athlete, 6'1", 6'2", but he's very quick. Got a good arm. Johnny Welsh.
Jarrett 0 for 4 at the plate, or 0 for 1 at the plate, pardon me, with a ground out.
Down
to
at
the
the
third baseman.
Yeah. That's the Torkelson showed off that arm.
It's a bad place to put the ball down at, isn't it? Down to Torkelson at third.
Yeah. Just missed a little low and away. Now there's what the difference between what we call the chase and the waste. That was a chase pitch, good pitch, and a lot of guys will. Well, let's put it this. I would have offered, but better hitter.
Right.
No, that's right.
A waste pitch means it's 2 more inches out.
That's right. Where they're not really going to go after that. Right. And I'll tell you, Ford showed a great eye, great discipline, not going after that 0-2 pitch. A lot of guys would have. Good for him. Not easy to do. You press a little bit sometimes 0-2, and he doesn't. He's been in this situation. And he goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Yeah.
Into the dirt, and you're right. Jarrett's done a good job of battling back to 3-2 now, and that's the kind of at-bats, the kind of at-bats they need, especially as they get into the middle of the lineup.
Absolutely. He gets on base. Even with 2 outs, he can steal second base. Now you got a base hit by Banfield, cuts the run situation from 4-0 to 4-1. Interestingly enough, Jones went from 3-0 to a strikeout. Now he's gone from 0-2 to a 3-2. Tale of 2 stories here.
Down to third. Over Torkelson.
Big arm.
But instead to
big
the
arm by
shortstop,
McGarry.
and McGarry throws him out. You've got to have a great arm at shortstop to gun down Jarrett Ford from deep. Short.
Yeah, Griff McGarry's 85-mile-an-hour fastball on the hill, and that came in handy right there.
Through 2.5 in Atlanta. After a 1-2-3 top half of the third, the number 1 team seated after pool play, the NorCal DeMarini squad, looks to, well, maybe not come up with a knockout punch in the bottom of the third, but a couple runs would be very, very big here. And a strike on the outside corner to start things for Darius Pope.
Good get him over breaking ball to start. You got a fastball hitting guy here.
That would be Spencer Torkelson at the plate, who drove in the first run of the ball game with his RBI single in the first.
The center fielder is shaded a little bit. I'd play him straight away. But it's right to him, isn't it?
Well,
so they had him scheduled right where he should be. There you are. He's been showing, though, a lot of power to shaded right center area. And they were working breaking ball away. So
that makes sense.
I might shade a little bit over, but he's going to pull the fastball. Joaquim's an interesting kid. He's got a lot of power. He's a great athlete. He'll get up there 86, touching 87. That's a good fastball right there. He still learning the nuances, so to speak, and when he gets into one, he uses his lower half, he can really hit the ball a long way.
Chris's sac bunt retired 1-3 in the first.
How many 6'2", 205-pound cleanup hitters show a sac bunt in the first inning?
Right. Well, it ended up being very, very important.
Good pitch.
Yeah, it was the second out of the inning, but it moved.
Actually, it's first out, wasn't it?
The runner along.
Was that the first? I thought they scored somehow, and then
Jenkins reached on the fielder's
choice,
right, but was not retired. You're exactly right.
Right. But that was a good job by him because they scored the next 2 runs right after that with a nice shot by Soderstrom. 3-2.
Boy, it's like a one-on-one class for both sides, and also both sides, for both teams in the box and on the mound for battling at-bats. We've seen both teams have pitchers and batters that have battled from either 3-0 or 0-2 to winning the at-bats.
Right. Now, Joaquim's a fast 60 runner, but not necessarily a base-stealing guy. A little bit different.
Yep.
He's good first to third, but not as much of a base-running guy as you would think.
He's baseball fast.
He's a first to third fast. He's not quick, so to speak. He's a big kid. Once he gets going, you know, Soderstrom's kind of guy that's going to hit a gapper, and that's how he'll score. Not a stealing guy.
Pope's first in the dirt. Stopped by Banfield. He's going to pop up and fire down to second as the runner was breaking.
Read ball and dirt very nicely. You know, both teams do a good job of reading ball and dirt. As soon as he saw the ball down, he took off. They work on ball and dirt a lot. You know, the BID drills they call. Both these teams do that. But that's a big, big base.
Especially with Tate Soderstrom at the plate. Tate,
2
RBIs on his single.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I'd just walk him. I would just walk him in this situation.
Yeah, especially with 1 out.
You got a new hitter coming up next. Oh, we almost threw that one away.
2-0,
I just put him on.
Yeah.
There's just no reason.
Set up the double play.
Yeah, you got a new hitter coming in. Couple guys in a row that just aren't as good a hitter as Tate. No offense to those kids. This kid's just a special hitter. Now, then again, he'll probably strike out right now once we say that, right? We just put the jinx on him.
You put the jinx on him, yeah. That one low.
The Travelball select jinx?
Well, you were so good the other day with all of your predictions. You're bound to go the other way.
That's right. That's right. Not yet. It's the do factor, though.
Right.
I'm due. Well, if you watch every single game here, you kind of have a little bit of an edge. That's a strike on the inside corner. Yeah, that's a good pitch.
Boy, fastball inside corner right on top of the knees to 3-1.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, in some ways, that might be the best pitch that Pope has thrown all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you catch my drift. The moment, the delivery, the execution. 3-1. Smoked into right and headed towards the gap. That one will make it all the way to the wall. Rounding third and coming to the plate, Joaquim. Rounding second and finally holding up there is Soderstrom. Third RBI of the ball game for Tate Soderstrom, this time an RBI double.
I'm keeping my streak alive, apparently.
And now Jack Henriksen. Connor Mack's day over. After an 0 for 1, a line out to the shortstop. As Rob was telling you, he knows his team. He's got the inside scoop. Connor banged up, and finally his day comes to a close, and Jack Henriksen will take over for him.
Wouldn't surprise me. Might lay one down. Let's see. Good pitch. Good strike. Get him over. Pope has a pretty good command of that breaking ball, Chris. He's going to bunt here. He's going to bunt. They're going to try to set up for Welch, who can swing it pretty good.
He does. And it's a great one. It'll stay in fair territory. Banfield will pop out and throw him out. And for a split second, Soderstrom thought about coming to the plate at third. He'll hold up there, 2 men out.
It's not your normal call with a one-out situation. That being said, you know, it's one of those situations where you can score a lot of ways from third base. Pass ball, wild pitch, lots of different things. An infield hit. Welch is a very good hitter. So
Henriksen retired 2-3, by the way.
Yeah.
And now Johnny Welch.
Banfield did a nice job, got out quickly, made a nice inside throw, did all the right things. Working on the outside corner, looks like. Well,
Johnny takes a strike, breaking ball.
He's continually got that strike, that first pitch breaking ball over, and that's a great job. Pope's doing a heck of a job there.
Welch with a fly out to the right fielder, his first time up. 0-2 count. Another run here in the third.
And here goes
California. The Northern California boys lead 5-0.
Here goes the chase versus waste thing. 0-2. You gotta take it too far out, or you gotta make it close. Yeah, that's an ugly finder right there. Almost hit somebody, right? Luckily, I'm behind the screen back here. Miss me. Coach Market just pocketed that ball. We'll see if he brings that back in. That might be a souvenir for later, right? It's got a stamp on it. That's way wide.
1-2.
Yeah. Jones on deck. Jones got a nice base hit last time.
Second base. Oh, took a funny hop and bounced off the wrist of the second baseman Ford. Took a funny hop and jumped right off of his glove, over his glove. Hit him right on the left wrist.
Yeah.
And bounced away from him in short right field. It's now 6-0.
Smith is coming in to run again here. Hans is normally the shortstop. Does a heck of a job. Hans is a kid who can play second, short, third. He can pitch. He can catch. Play the outfield. Tremendous baseball IQ. If you remember, the Petaluma Little League was in the National World Series last year or 2 years ago, and he was one of the absolute stars there. And just a heady kid, one of the great teammates on this team, a great leader, can really do a lot of things. And so he brings a lot to the table.
Nick Jones to the plate now, the starter for NorCal, sitting on a big lead at 6-0, and he takes ball one.
In fact, Smith's father was the manager of that team, and I really enjoyed watching. He did a great job taking those kids through the whole thing. He's a heck of a baseball guy, and that's probably where Hanson, and also his mother is a great baseball gal too. That's where he gets his baseball IQ. Nice curveball again by Pope. They're
to get
smart.
Back to 1-1.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with the breaking ball. They know the NorCal guys are a fastball team. They're pitching backwards a little bit, and they're doing the right things. They just got to make some plays, and uncharacteristic.
Smith with a solid lead at first.
Working back hard, yeah.
Jones already with a base hit to his credit, 1 for 1. He started the second inning with a safety. McGarry on deck if he's able to reach. Banfield, a good stop, popping up.
I'm getting lots of reports of a lot of people listening to the webcast back home and local. We've got a lot of people. Yesterday, the crowd was amazing.
Indeed.
We probably had 400 or 500 people watching this game because all the different teams that were here to play before or after knew that this game was going on. It's kind of nice to see the top two teams in the country playing against each other, and it was pretty special. These crowds were full. They were swinging.
Smith was breaking on 3-1.
Yeah.
And he goes to 3-2.
Little surprised, Chris, that he swung at that. It looked like a good pitch, but it looks like Smith had that stolen.
Two men out.
Coach Market down at third base is constantly working, constantly teaching.
Bottom of the third and a 3-2 pitch to Jones.
Ball four.
Misses.
And they'll get a courtesy run over there. It's a tale of really two coaching styles because Coach Roberts is a little quieter, but he's fiery. And and Jeremy over there helps him out, and he's a fiery guy. And it's two great coaching staffs, and it's been fun to watch. And I've watched both of them for years and years.
We do have a courtesy runner entering the ball game. Let's
Yep.
check that roster over there. 27 not on this official program.
Well, let's see who that could be. We got 27.
27.
We've got it. That's Quentin Gago. Quentin Gago. Yep.
Griff McGarry to the plate now after the walk to Jones. Griff hitting to a 4-6 fielder's choice. His first time up.
Quentin is a kid who left-handed pitcher. Hits right. Plays a little bit of outfield. Not too many guys throw left and hit right. Most prominent one I know is Ricky Henderson was.
Pope. To the plate. McGarry lines down to third. Lackey makes the stab and the inning over.
Lackey made a really nice play on that. That was a rocket shot and stayed down and got it and retired the side, and not after they put up a couple runs.
NorCal has scored in all 3 innings so far and leads 6-0 at the end of 3 in Atlanta.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years, I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret. This is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Shrimpsky, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com. and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
3, 4, and 5 in the visitors' half of the 4th inning. Will Banfield, Anthony Siegler, and Austin Moody. Your guaranteed 3 for Georgia in the 4th frame. And a strike from Nick Jones to Will Banfield. Banfield, the East Cobb Astros catcher, ground out to third. Retirement his first time up. Oh,
that got him. That got him. So when you got a 6-0 lead, you certainly don't want to hit the first guy to start an inning. You really want to pitch to contact.
Last thing you want to do is put the leadoff man on in any form.
Now they're going to get
right?
a courtesy runner. Is that number 4?
I believe
or
it
1.
is.
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah. Cabe.
Yep. Jacob Cabe.
Cabe back out.
Did Cabe start last game somewhere, didn't he?
Yes, sir, he did.
Yeah.
We've already seen him courtesy
He's
run
courtesy
once
run
in this
already.
ball game.
That was pretty close play right there.
Well, he had a pretty sizable lead, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That's an aggressive club, and that's why I like watching both these teams. They're both very aggressive.
2.5 big strides.
Yeah.
Nick will check him out of the corner of his eye and bring a fastball on the outside corner to Siegler. Or maybe not a fastball. It actually looked like it had a little bit of bend in it.
Little bit of a changeup. Turn that over a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a breaking ball, but it was a changeup, and so he'll go breaking balls to right-handers more and changeups to left-handers more. And there's your breaking ball.
Count even at 1. Siegler 0 for 1. He was retired pitcher to first to end the first.
You know, talking to Coach Roberts a lot this week, and this is not your typical East Cobb team as far as physicality, but they do have good speed and they do have good contact guys. There's your changeup
right
again
on the
away.
outside corner.
Pitching backwards.
Yeah.
You know, this is a kid like Siegler, line drive guy. He's not your typical 6'3", 210 power guy that they might have in years past, but he's a good contact guy.
Right, he deals to the lefty with the runner breaking. It's in the dirt, and he's got it stolen.
And Coach Roberts there just did a great job. He knew that was a breaking ball count. You got a left-handed guy to block the view. Great time to run, and they're not going to stop running just because they're down 6. They've got a lot of confidence in their guys. And Mr. Cabe can run a little bit.
Right.
That was impressive. He got a great jump. So 2-2.
Try to get that change on the corner again, or bury the breaking ball down on his knees.
I come fastball in.
Fastball.
He's thrown 4 off-speed pitches. I'm going to go fastball in. That's just me.
Checks Cave.
There's your
breaking
breaking ball.
The breaking ball in the dirt. Throw down to second. Oh, dangerous.
Yeah. Well, when you're up by 6, you can take a chance.
Yeah. 3-2 count. Top half of the 4th inning. Georgia trails 6-0 in the 2014 Travelball National Championship game here in the 14U classification. In the dirt, and he walked him. Oh, runner breaking down to third, and Cabe's going to make it.
First, third situation. No outs. Coach Soderstrom's going to go out, and you know, Steve's spent a little bit of time on the mound before. He played professional baseball, was a big leaguer for the Giants, first-round guy out of Fresno State. And he's going to make a change right now. He's going to Tanner Kuna. Tanner's a lefty that's been a stalwart for them throughout the season. And Jones threw great. Got into the 4th inning, did a great job. We're going to check to see if that's a straight change. Straight change, I believe. Yeah. We'll find out.
Tanner Kuna.
Lefty out of Sacramento.
C-U-N-H-A.
That's correct. He's been a clutch guy for them all year. He's not an overpowering guy. He'll hump up on his fastball once in a while, but he's got a good change. He's got a good curveball. Everything moves. Everything sinks. Does a pretty nice job holding runners.
You know that's Kuna for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because on the program, they got him listed here as number 11.
Well,
and
you know what? This is Mr. Oliver. Excuse me.
Is it Brandon
This
Oliver?
is Brandon Oliver.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's all right.
This
you
is
know
Brandon
the team better
Oliver.
than I do. I didn't even look. I just took your word for it.
And guess what? Brandon
Oliver
Oliver's a pretty similar guy, too.
Okay.
He's left-handed. He does the same thing. Kuna will probably come in a little bit later. This is Oliver. I apologize. He's got a very good breaking ball. That's his second pitch. Changeup's pretty darn good, too, but his curveball is his out pitch.
Ah.
And, again, he'll control the runner well. That's what he does. Here's his breaking ball here.
Let's go ahead and take this opportunity to remind you folks that Travelball Select and Nations Baseball proud to announce the 2015 Travelball National Championships will return to the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Atlanta next year for the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-olds. And the 13U now will be in the 60-90 split. The 13U 54-80 split with the 8-year-olds will return to Baseball USA in Texas. Dates and all qualifying events will be posted on TravelballSelect.com. on August 22nd. We know 9 of the 12 locations right now that the qualifying events will take place at. It'll be Miami, Louisville, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte, and Detroit, Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas. One more time, Miami, Louisville, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte, and Detroit, then Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas, along with 3 additional locations to be announced on the 22nd here on the website. And we'll tell you as the inning rolls along more details on, if you're a first-time watcher, how you can get a team enrolled or a team involved in travel ball.
Big first baseman Moody now batting.
And Austin's 0 for 1. The first batter that will face Oliver, and it goes into center field for a base hit, getting the Astros on the board. Georgia back to within 6-1.
Hung that breaking ball a little bit. And actually, Kuna is warming up in the bullpen. I just talking to the coaches earlier. I think they're going to throw 4 or 5 guys. They're going to split it up, not have it more than one look to anybody, and now you've got a real threat here.
Yeah, Lane Keelan to the mound now, the extra hitter.
Yeah.
0 for 1 with the flyout, but a guy who has
He's got
really
some
good power.
Yeah,
out of this
forearms.
Out of this 6th spot. If he were to get into one, it would change the complexion of this ball game completely.
Oliver's got to work on getting the ball down. If he keeps the ball up, he'll be susceptible because these guys can drive those balls. He's got to work down, a little bit of sink.
If you're interested in participating in the 2015 Travel Ball National Championships, there's more than one way to get here. You can have a team that's ranked by Travel Ball Select. You could receive one of 12 automatic invitations, or you can win one of those qualifiers that we were mentioning, the 12 qualifiers. Of course, for all the info that you need, that of course I will not be able to get in depth into, you can email info@travelballselect.com. Ground ball, headed up the middle, backhanded nicely at second. Throw down to first, in the dirt, and dug out at second.
They got a double play out of that.
Wow.
Nice pick right there by Soderstrom. Great pick. Jenkins made a nice play up the middle. Bounced one to Soderstrom, but he picked it.
Right, and more importantly, he stopped it from going into center field, which would save a run, of course.
Right.
Was able to step on the bag.
Oh, you know what? That might be Cody Jensen at first base. Cody's a first baseman pitcher. It looks like that was Cody. I thought he's a little bit leaner and taller than Tate.
Can't catch his name.
Yeah, I believe that's Cody. They said good job, Cody, and it looks like Cody from here. That's my guess. Of course, I'm the same guy that said Soderstrom caught that ball, right?
Well,
and it very well could be that that Soderstrom. I know that he's not out of the game. They probably moved him to a EH type of thing.
Right. Now Futrell, by the way, at the plate.
There's a strike.
Joe with a single on his only other plate
strike.
appearance, back in the second with 2 men out. If he could deliver that here, it would be oh so important for the Georgia team.
Yeah, they need another run, don't they?
Indeed.
That's interesting. That was the same pitch as the last one, but 3-0 count sometimes changes the complexion. Some people could say that's a ball 4. Some people could say it's 2-2. But let's just split it in half.
Popped him up.
That's going to be a tough play.
Sure is. Looks like it's winding back into fair territory. And a good play at third by Torkelson to stay with it and make the grab over his shoulder. 1 run comes across for East Cobb. Georgia now back in the ball game at 6-1. And NorCal coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th with a 5-run lead. Miles Williams to lead things off here in the bottom half of the fourth frame, and then back to the top of the order and Patrick Smith. And the second place man, Ryan Jenkins. You guaranteed 3 in the fourth for NorCal. Chopper down to third. Lackey throws him out. Would be very, very beneficial. And you know the Astros are thinking about it. Let's get a 1-2-3 inning and get back up to the plate where we were finally starting to find our groove offensively.
Right. They really need a shutdown at this point. They can't afford to have them score every inning like this. Brings up Smith again, and again, this kid's a dangerous hitter. One of the better hitters in the tournament.
Northern California may be a run or two from really putting this ball game away.
Yep, and that's not a good thing. You can't let that guy get on base. Safer than a double.
Well, yeah.
And you don't waste 3 more pitches. So, you know, there's the advantages right there, right?
Only problem is now you're getting into the middle of the order again here with Jenkins to the plate. Ryan reached base on a fielder's choice in the first, where they did not get an out, by the way, and then also reached on a fielder's choice, but he was retired, or reached, but there was a 6-4 fielder's choice where an out was actually recorded.
There's a ball and dirt situation where normally they move up on that, and I'll tell you what, Banfield did a nice job, quick as a cat, getting to that ball, but I was surprised that that Patrick Smith did not move up on that. Normally he'll read that and go, and does.
Left center and carrying deep way back there. Jenkins has put it up against the wall. Rounding third and coming to the plate is Patrick Smith. Northern California threatening to put away the East Cobb Astros. It's an RBI double for the second baseman Jenkins. Triple, pardon me. RBI triple for the second baseman Jenkins.
Ryan Jenkins, not the biggest guy in the world, absolutely got through that ball, drove it a long way, and he can really run, and got into there as a triple. And normally that is a double for most guys, and he turned that into a triple.
I was reading his name on my scorecard and read 2B right there.
Yep, or not to be. And Coach Roberts is coming out, and I think he's going to make a change, and he is. Pope did a nice job up until then. He really did. So that changes the complexity of the game right there. You've got 2 big boppers coming up next. 3 big boppers coming up.
Yeah, Pope heads out, and that'll get Jared Staples to the plate now, or to the mound, rather. Jared Staples, the new moundman for East Cobb. And he's got himself a tough assignment, does the right-hander. Spencer Torkelson, Chris Joaquim, Tate Soderstrom. Maybe Soderstrom. We'll wait and find out here in just a moment. But
for me, Soderstrom's been the MVP of the game, and he's probably been the MVP of the tournament.
Yep.
Based on he had the game-winning knock yesterday against this Astro team. Got a little sidewinding guy here on the mound. Like Staples dropped down a little bit there. Let's see if that's a typical thing for him. Yeah, you got to like that.
Yep.
Nice loose sidewinder. Little bit of sink.
Want to remind you folks watching out there that you'll be able to see the trophy presentation live here on TravelballSelect.com. Once someone wins this 2014 14U National Championship.
There's still a long way to go here.
And we're just about at the halfway mark. 1 man out, bottom half of the 4th inning. Northern California in complete control of this ball game at this point. And I said it during the play-by-play of the hit a moment ago, the triple. I'll tell you, NorCal got a chance to put them away here.
As good a hitter as there is in the tournament is the guy up next in Torkelson.
Right.
He's again, I hate to jinx him here, but he's a future big leaguer for me. And Soderstrom's not far behind. Now I can name about 3 or 4 East Cobb guys, by the way, that I can say, yep, they're in the same category.
Sure.
They're going.
Yeah.
We'll see them in the show too, watching, swinging wood. especially their table setters. Love those kids.
Torkelson, an RBI single in the first, a fly out to start the third.
How would you like to put these two teams combined? I think you can beat any high school in the country. It'd be quite a sight. Stayed a little bit inside. That was a pretty close pitch right there, wasn't it?
1-1 count.
If I'm pitching, I want that pitch.
Staples ready, kicks and fires. Fouled in the dirt. 1-2 count now.
Tough pitch to swing at there. You really can't do much with that.
You got to do everything you can in that right-handed batter's box if you're Torkelson of staying back.
Let that ball get to you, right?
Don't fly open.
That's right. That's right. Not easy.
You see it for lesser time. It's simple physics, the vision of your eye. You see it for less time out of the sidewinder's arm, out of his hand, and so naturally you want to swing sooner. Off the outside corner. Good battle. Good battle.
You don't have as much time to make that decision, Chris. You're absolutely right.
So right. I mean, you're the coach. Naturally, that makes you want to subconsciously swing earlier.
Well,
right?
Absolutely.
Kind of bail out on it.
Yeah.
In the dirt.
Pretty good discipline
Drew
right
walk.
there.
Boy.
Yeah.
What a great at-bat. Chris Joaquim now, the extra hitter. Sack bunt in the first, retired 1-3, and then walked as the second batter of the third.
Again, they definitely want to get another run or two here. They want to keep adding and adding and adding because we saw East Cobb, what they did in 2 innings. They put together 14 runs as quick as you'll ever see. And they're capable of that right now.
You know, I went back and looked at the numbers, and I've got to bag on you and me.
Well, that won't be the first time, and it's probably probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They actually scored all of those runs in the 4th inning.
I apologize. There you are.
I did the same thing, though. That's why I say that, because I said the same thing earlier. And they've got him hung up. Oh, wow, they're going to let him get to second. Of course, they didn't have anybody covering, or they feel like they didn't have anybody covering. And the first baseman, Moody, decided not to fire the ball in case the runner was going to break to the plate.
I don't think they drew it up that way. They didn't draw up the steal on that. I know that. That was just tough. It's a little bit of a – yeah, that was a 0-2. He did attempt to bunt through, and he just missed it. He went right through that. And now a situation where you've got to come up and make some contact as a hitter, and Staples is a tough guy. You're right, to get his release point down.
Yeah.
You know, he's got that side-winding thing. He's kind of coming from behind your back, and it's coming across.
Astros sent 16 men to the plate in the 4th inning of their elimination bracket ball game against Carolina.
One of the most impressive innings I've ever seen.
Scored 14 runs to get to the run rule. They trailed 2-0 going into the inning, into the bottom of the 4th inning.
So that tells you everything you need to know. This game's far from being over. They've got the firepower. There's no question about that. This is going to be a big pitch right here. Just missed out.
Just off the outside corner, or perhaps a shade low. One way or another, it's to 2-2 on Joaquim.
Yeah, I wouldn't take another one like that. That was too close for me. And he's a big, strong kid. You know, he can hit the ball a long way.
Right side and foul.
Yeah, I hit the light pole. Coming back.
Sure did.
The natural. Wasn't quite as dynamic as that one, though. No lights busted. Again, this is a situation where, as a hitter, you got to pull the trigger if it's close. You can't guess. You've got to react. Staples throwing well today. And he went strike 3.
Got him. Joaquin not able to check his swing, so now a ground out, an HBP, an RBI triple, a walk, and a strikeout in that order here in the inning. And the sixth man coming to the plate, Tate Soderstrom.
Yeah, he's re-entered.
And Tate to the plate with 2 men in scoring position and 2 men out here in the bottom of the fourth. NorCal has scored in every inning. Ground ball, second base. Ford throws him out, and the inning is over. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and now 1 in the fourth. 7-1. NorCal leads Georgia through 4 in Atlanta.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10, how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
NorCal DeMarini, 9 outs away from a potential national championship, but those 9 will come in a stressful situation. Hard to get 9 outs against East Cobb. A pop-up to start things. There's a good start.
Nice play by Welch.
Staples was hitting in the place of Darius Pope, by the way.
Welch had to go a decent distance to pick that up, but he's a good athlete. He's just a good all-around athlete.
Staples now 0 for 1.
Brings up Mr. Hart. Good-looking player.
Jared 0 for 1. This is just his second at-bat. Strikeout back in the second. Takes fastball high.
Just missed up. Pretty close.
Three hits for East Cobb in the ball game, by the way. 3 hits, all 3 singles. Twice they've been hit, and once reached on a walk. So not an overly productive offensive day.
Not yet.
Obviously.
Not yet, but again, we've seen them score 14 runs in 1 inning, so.
Foul. 1-2.
And, you know, it's been an interesting thing as far as how they've pitched to East Cobb today. They've both pitchers have plus breaking balls, and you know East Cobb is a dead red fastball group, much like NorCal being a dead red fastball group. And both teams are really pitching backwards.
Oh, curveball that must have been high, because from my angle it looked like it was right on the plate.
Pretty close.
Nice play. Nice pitch.
Pretty close.
Bottom half of the order going to have to be productive if Georgia's going to come back and win this thing, or at least get back in it. A fly ball out to right. Smith comes over. He's got it. 2 men out. Good news for the Georgia boys is they will have the meat of their lineup, have one more opportunity. Levin Lackey, the 10th place man, to the plate now. Levin, the Georgia third baseman, 0 for 1. He was retired pitcher covering at first. he's able to reach, that'll get us to Ryan Bliss.
Tough little sun here for the announcers. Players are fine.
As soon as I took my sunglasses off. Curveball over the extended arms of the pitcher. Third baseman cuts it off and makes a tremendous play.
Big time play by Torkelson. He's just a special kid to watch.
Nothing doing. Top half of the fifth for Georgia. NorCal now 6 outs away from a national title.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Bottom half of the fifth inning now. Connor Mack to lead things off back into the ball game. Connor 0 for 1. He lined out to the shortstop, Bliss, in his only plate appearance. He was lifted, and then they plugged in Jack Henriksen in his spot. And they put Mack back into the ball game. The subtleties of the rules when it comes to youth baseball.
You're able to give a little bit of a blow to Mack, who's one of the top guys on the team and a great prospect. He's just nursing a sore calf, working through it though. He's a tough kid.
Chop foul. Count now even at 2.
For a big guy, he runs very, very well.
And we were talking between the innings, and we should bring this up now. Of course, we do have the opportunity at the run rule ending this national championship game.
We do. It's 8 runs after 5. It's one of those things where you don't even think about it in a championship game against the 2 top teams in the country. It doesn't usually even come into play.
Off the outside corner now. Count run full at 3-2.
The rule does come into play, and a good example was that semifinal game where we went 12 after 4. East Cobb scoring 14 runs, 14 unanswered.
Ground ball down
Big
to
hop.
second.
Big hop.
Ford backed up on it. Throws to first, and it goes underneath the glove of the first baseman.
Now let's see if they run for Mack. It wouldn't surprise me if they ran for Mack. Let's see. He's going to stay in.
So Connor reaches.
He'll stay in.
In the return of the Mack.
Is that a movie? The sequel? Is that the sequel?
It's a song. I tried to work an obscure 90s song reference in.
Gosh, that was after my time. I can't. That's not before. That was after my time.
Johnny Welch.
I think I started listening to country at that point.
Johnny, an F9, and he reached on an error. Nick Jones, who's been very good at the plate. today.
But Brandon Oliver actually will be on deck. Brandon came in. Yeah,
right.
Nick did a great job early. He really did. Yeah. You know, Johnny's a heck of an athlete as a catcher, too. Hit that ball pretty good.
Left
that
center.
Ball pretty good.
This could be it. It's way back there,
and
it's up
my
against
goodness.
the wall. That nearly was a national championship-winning 2-run homer. To the plate and scoring. Ball still loose on the infield. Now down to third.
That was almost a walk-off home run by Mr. Welch.
Yep, which would have won the national championship. That ball really was scorched and surprised me off the bat. It'll be an RBI double, by the way, and he'll take third on the misplayed throw back into the infield. He took third on the misplayed throw. And so here is Oliver. Forgot to plug Brandon into my lineup after they lifted Nick. This will be his first at-bat of the ball game.
Now, you got a no-out situation.
I know where you're going.
Oliver's a kid who primarily a pitcher, swings it in high school. Now, do you?
Yes.
Do you bunt?
Yes.
You bunt right here?
Absolutely.
I do.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know. I'll put it this way. Coach has more guts than I do on something like that. Coach Market, that's something he will do.
We got a lot of people behind us that want to catch the plane.
Yeah.
Will Banfield onto the mound now to take over for the Astros. Georgia team staring down the barrel of elimination right now.
The ambidextrous Mr. Banfield.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Now, he threw how many innings did he throw yesterday? You went about 5?
I know this, and when I read it, I will
Or
remember
6?
and be angry, but now I can't remember because you asked me.
Well.
If you hadn't have said anything, my friend, I would have thought of it eventually.
Absolutely. Wow. You've got a steel trap. Let's
not go that far now. Wait, you know what? I don't have him.
I've got a steel trap, too. Nothing in, nothing out.
I don't have him listed as having thrown, but you say you saw him yesterday, right?
Who was the guy that threw? No, excuse me. Banfield had to throw. He did throw yesterday, but did he throw?
They do not have him listed here,
Who threw against NorCal yesterday?
It would have been 20 or 28 is what they have listed here. So it would have been either Siegler or Pope.
Well, Pope threw late.
Wouldn't have been Pope, right? You must be thinking of Siegler.
Siegler. It was Siegler. And Siegler was the ambidextrous young man.
Well, Mr. Banfield with a tough assignment as he takes the mound now. And by the way, taking over.
They've got 5 now. They've got Coach Roberts has put 5 infielders in now with 2 outfielders splitting left center and right center. It's down to 1 run, and he's going for all the marbles here. So he's got a situation right now where he's got 5 infielders. You don't see this a lot, but it's a necessity.
If this guy scores from third, NorCal wins the national championship.
No, I think I'd put that guy that's in the middle, I think I'd move him a little bit to one side, though, whatever side you feel like, and load up on 1.
Banfield's first. Sweeps outside. A lot of pressure on the catcher as well. Lane Keelan came on behind the plate for Banfield, who goes out to the mound.
He was the extra hitter earlier. They've got about 3 catchers. They've got a lot of catchers, and they're going to swing, it looks like, and that's great. That's the way to end it.
In the dirt. This could be it. To the plate. He will score. NorCal D. Marini wins the 2014 Travelball 14U National Championship. A score that will surprise so many. 9-1. Northern California run rules one of the great programs in travel ball history, the East Cobb Astros. What a matchup between 2 legendary programs. Rob, you're a man with some ties to this program. Your thoughts, give us some broadcaster thoughts and then give us some personal thoughts.
I'll tell you, broadcasting thoughts, I'm shocked. I know that NorCal Club had one of the strongest clubs they've ever brought out here, possibly ever for the 14-year-old level. This is the best group they've ever had coming out. That being said, you're playing the NorCal Astros at NorCal. I've got more respect for this program than any program in the country, and to do something like that is honestly shocking. It's I expect them to play a good game and possibly win, but not a run roll. Just not a run roll, and And again, I've got mixed feelings. Obviously, I'm thrilled to death that these guys came out and they beat the best team in the country. That being said, I've got more respect for this program than any program in the country. And Coach Roberts is a good friend, and Coach Gary Baldwin is the architect of everything here and has put together something very special. So, I'm ambivalent feelings, but it's quite a deal today. It's very interesting.
3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 runs in the 5th inning. 9-1 is your final. NorCal DeMarini takes out the East Cobb Astros. Northern California beats Georgia. San Francisco beats Atlanta. No, a great matchup between 2 legendary programs, and who would have thought it ends 9-1 on the run rule. We'll have the live trophy presentation coming up, well, right now, as a matter of fact. For Amy Walker, Fred Eggers, Sherry Lynn Five-Ash, our entire crew here at East Cobb, it's been a great month, and we'll see you in 2015 for more championships. For Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. This has been the 2014-14U Travelball National Championship, live on TravelballSelect.com.
You're so good at what you do.
Well, I enjoy telling stories with you.
I'm going to stay in touch with you.